Hello and welcome to Thick Talks, where today our topic will be in defense of Super Mario 3D World. Now to start off, we have to ask, what is Super Mario 3D World? Well, Super Mario 3D World is a game released for the Nintendo Wii U in 2013 to critical acclaim. Many people agreed that it was an amazing game and was one of the best games on the Wii U, if not the best. But many fans agreed that it wasn't the 3D Mario game they wanted. It was very similar to the game Super Mario 3D Land, released in 2011 for the Nintendo 3DS. And while Super Mario 3D Land and World were well received by critics, the fans were looking for something more. Many fans wanted 3D Mario games that were similar to Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 released for the Wii. They wanted a true 3D Mario game, not something as linear as Super Mario 3D Land and World. And when Super Mario Odyssey was released in 2017 for the Nintendo Switch, that's when most people agreed that Super Mario 3D World was a simply inferior Mario game. However, today I will be defending this game and telling you why it's still a stellar game made for a not-so-stellar system. First, we need to talk about how it was sandwiched between some of the greatest 3D Mario games of all time, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and Super Mario Odyssey. Let's start with the Galaxy series. Super Mario Galaxy was released in 2007 for the Nintendo Wii and was one of the greatest games on the system. With a stellar soundtrack, great graphics, and the best story of any Mario game to date, it's a classic for most Nintendo fans and holds a special place in their heart, and all 3D Mario games coming after it were compared to it. But its sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2, is where it really hit its stride, with some of the highest review scores of any Nintendo game, and any game ever at that. It was considered to be a masterpiece. Both critics and audiences love these games, and it's pretty obvious. Combining the sales number of these games, they have sold in total 20.2 million copies. Super Mario Galaxy is the 9th highest selling Wii game of all time, and its sequel Super Mario Galaxy 2 is the 13th highest. So when Super Mario 3D World released in 2013 as the first 3D Mario game on a Nintendo home console in over 3 years, it had big shoes to fill. Now, this game wasn't considered bad by Nintendo fans at the time. It just wasn't what they expected. After the mission-based structure of Super Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1, and Galaxy 2, they expected something similar for 3D World. But instead, they went with a more level-based style like 3D Land. And that's why this game fell flat at the time. It wasn't what people expected or wanted. As well as the fact that it came out on the Wii U, one of the worst-selling Nintendo consoles of all time. So considering the fact that A, people didn't like it as much as the games previously, and B, it was on one of the least selling Nintendo consoles of all time, it's not going to do incredibly well. Then around 4 years later, Super Mario Odyssey was released for the Nintendo Switch, and this was the final nail in the coffin for 3D World haters. Many people wanted a complete overturn of the entire Mario 3D concept, and when it happened in Odyssey, people got exactly what they wanted, a completely open-world Mario game, similar to Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was released earlier that year. So if we have two of the greatest Mario games of all time, which also gave a ton to fans, in Super Mario Galaxy, the story in Mario that they wanted, and in Super Mario Odyssey, the open-world Mario game that they wanted, we can see why Super Mario 3D World was scrutinized so heavily by the fans. So that's why many fans brush this off as a bad Mario game on a bad Nintendo system. But this game, as much as you may not like it, is actually a good game, and here's why. First off, this is the first time that a 2D Mario game, or a 3D-ish Mario game like Super Mario 3D Land, had a different story than the classic Mario formula of Peach getting captured by Bowser. There are 7 fairy princesses, or Sprixies, that were captured by Bowser and spread around 7 different worlds. It is Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess Peach's job to go find and save them. I really like this concept because it's the first time that you can play as Peach in a Mario game since 1988 when Super Mario Bros. 2 released. And not only is the story different, but each character in this game has different properties that make them feel different when you're controlling them. Mario is a very well-rounded character and has the best controlling in the game. Luigi can jump very high, but is also slippery, so it's harder to control him. Toad is very fast and accelerates faster than other characters, but he's also shorter than the rest. And Princess Peach is the slowest of all the characters, but when she jumps, she can float for a short amount of time after her jump. Not only do I like this because it changes up how you play the game, depending on the character you're using, but it's also similar to how it was in Super Mario Bros. 2. Each character has different controls, and each character is similar in this game than they were to Super Mario Bros. 2. And later in the game, you can unlock Rosalina, who has a spin move similar to Mario and Luigi's in Super Mario Galaxy. So there are many different characters in this game that you can play, and they also have very different movesets. Super Mario 3D World also had inspired levels, each one feeling different from the last. Especially when you get into the later games, the levels just get superb. Another thing is that this game is fun to complete 100%. And I should know, because I did it. In each level, there are 3 green stars and a stamp you need to collect. If you collect those, you've completed the level all the way. But that's not all. You need to complete every level with every different character to get the last couple of stamps needed to 100% this game all the way. Now this might sound tedious, but due to the fact that every character has a different moveset and feels different, and the worlds and levels are so superb, it really isn't. And the last level, Champions Road, offers a decent challenge for those Mario players who want a larger challenge, challenges that were much more prominent in games like Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World, both released back in the 90s. And the soundtrack for this game is amazing, one of the best Mario soundtracks to date. The main theme in this game is fantastic, and shows that having a good first impression on the player will really help in the future. And those are my reasons for why Super Mario 3D World is actually a very good game. At first it was critically acclaimed as an amazing and phenomenal game, and then it was made fun of for not being as good as the game that preceded it or came after it. And who knows, maybe this game will be ported to the Nintendo Switch and will be a huge success for Nintendo. We'll just have to wait and see.